here from Sedona, Arizona, leading you through a gentle flow today. Let's start on your seat. Begin to sit nice and tall, lifting the chin slightly off the chest. And then guide your palms together at heart space for Anjali Mudra as you start to connect within. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And take an audible exhale. Once again, deep breath in. Audible exhale. Deepen the breath in. Hold the breath in right here and see if you can breathe in just a little bit more. And now let that go. Let's release your hands now on the lap and then wrap the fingertips around the knees and gently tuck chin to chest. Setting a nice intention here for your day. Start to spread your fingertips a little bit wider around the back sides of the knees. And then lean your body back as you lengthen. Pulling the heart through the shoulders, maybe the gaze lifts. And begin to round back. Let's do that just a few more times as we begin. As you begin to awaken that Kundalini. Then bring the heart forwards and then move in a clockwise direction. Start to stir around, keeping shoulders away from the ears, round and roll. The energy begins to swirl and this beautiful place that I change directions. From here, let's find your center, lengthen through the spine, and ground your left palm to the side. Softly bend the elbow, and right hand reaches away from the body, about shoulder height or so, palm faces up. And let's lean out to the left side, opening up your right side in lateral flexion or side bend. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Deep breath in. And slow breath out. And softly rise, stacking the spine, and reach the right hand out wide, lifting left palm upwards to the sky. Let's take this now to the other side. Bring shoulders down. Maybe the chin hugs off the heart or lifts off the heart. And let's slowly rise. This time both hands reach up overhead, and let's fold forwards. Fingertips will tent on the earth. Bring the gaze within. Soften the shoulders. Maybe you bow deeper forwards and take a nice deep long breath through the nose. An audible exhale. Engage the core. Inhale, slowly rise. Reaching hands all the way up overhead, then interlace the fingertips, bringing elbows nice and wide. Place the palms on the back of the head and gaze up. Just getting a nice stretch to the back of the shoulders. And then exhale, bring the elbows out in front and round forwards. A gentle pull down right here. Don't over pull, but just gently open up the back of the neck. Inhale, lengthen. And hands will release and ground. Let's switch out the foot in front. This time we'll take this into seated twist. Inhale, lift the arms. And twisting to the right. Guide the shoulders away from one another to open up the chest. And slowly deepen through the twist. Inhale, release, reaching hands overhead. And twist now to your left side. It's nice and windy today. Inhale, lengthen back through your center, and exhale, fold forwards, gaze down. Walking arms away from the feet. Deepen your breath in. And deepen the breath out. And slowly release to rise. Finding a nice tall seat, let's take the left arm across the chest. Right hand reaches for the forearm and gently guide in. And let's dip now left ear to left shoulder. Now inhale, lift the gaze. And now the gaze, and let's switch out the arms. Bringing shoulders down and then squeeze your scapula. Sitting up nice and tall. Guide the left ear to left shoulder. Nice breath in. And lift the gaze through center. Let's take the opposite ear now to shoulder. And release. Taking fingertips right in front of the heart. Interlock through the webbing of the fingers, then spiral the palms away from your chest. Round your upper back, gaze down towards the feet. Then lifting hands up overhead, long spine. Exhale, let's bring the palms out in front of the chest. This time flipping the palms now round the back. Hands now. And release that foot. Heel toe your left foot so it's right in front of the right seat. And take the right foot across and over the knee. Starting to pull the chest to the inside of the right knee. Let's guide the shoulders back. Then release just the left arm, lift it up overhead. Turn your gaze now to the right, and then hook the left elbow to the right side of the right knee. Then the right hand releases behind you. Taking seated twist. And then slowly, softly release. Both hands come up overhead. And then take the hands now to the outside of the right foot. Leaning back slightly, moving the right foot off of the mat. Let's take this into seated pigeon pose. Left hand will wrap on the outer edge of the right foot, and then right hand to the outside of the right knee. Pulling that in, you can slowly begin to rock the shin like a baby. And then let's gently place that down, and we're going to switch out the legs. So guiding now the finger, lifting up the foot and placing it up and over the right thigh, sitting up nice and tall. Shoulders back. Take the right hand, reach it up overhead, then gaze to the left. Hook the right elbow around the left thigh or knee, and you can release now the left hand behind the back. Deepen through the twist. And now slowly release. Hands will help guide the left shin towards chest, seated pigeon pose. You can even hook the foot into the crook of the right elbow and sway your baby softly side to side. And slowly release. Moving now to hands and knees pose. Transition carefully to tabletop. Let's take a few cow and cats. Lead the heart through the shoulders. Tilt the tailbone upwards to the sky, and pressing into the palms, lengthen the arms. Let's take a deep breath here. On your exhalation, round your back up to the sky, pressing into hands and knees. Open up the upper back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Back to cow pose. Inhale your breath. And exhale softly round. Let's take that a few more times with your own breath and explore this at your own pace. On your next cat pose, keep your spine nice and rounded. Let's take your hips and start to swirl them around, and then lead the shoulders around the hands. Change directions. And then spiral back to tabletop. Let's draw the toes underneath. Tucking the toes, take an inhalation breath. Downward facing dog, lift your hips and press your chest towards your thighs. As you melt your heels down, you might need to softly bend the knees. Let's sway your tailbone side to side, just getting a little more stretch and sensation in the outer hips, into the glutes. Just awakening the hips and the spine a little bit more. And now find stillness in your dog. Let's inhale and lift the right heel high. Bring your gaze forward. Step the right foot forwards and lower to the back knee. Lifting the gaze forward, pull the shoulders back and lift the arms all the way up overhead. Wrist stack over shoulders for supported crescent. Let's pull the navel in and hook the tailbone so that the tailbone is looking down at the back of the left knee. Inhale your breath here. Exhale, cactus arms, that's just an option. Then inhale, lift the hands, start to press your hips back over the left knee. And then again, cactus arms, this time spiral your body to the right side. Inhale back through center, bring your hips forwards. Then left hand grounds, pick up the back knee and take lunge twist. Squeeze your scapula. Find more length through the spine. Maybe the gaze comes up to the right thumb. And then right hand comes all the way down. Lunge. Then take the right hand to the inside of the right knee for lizard's lunge. Heel toe the right foot open about 45 degrees. Feel free to come back down to the back knee or keep it floating as you lower down to the elbows. Now, if this is too deep of a stretch, just stay upright on the palms. And be mindful of the alignment of the spine. Take a few more rounds of breath. Walking back up to the hands. Lift the back knee. And let's walk carefully to the middle of the mat. The knife edge of the feet are going to be parallel to the short edges of your mat for Prosterita. Relax the head. Bring the gaze between the feet and then shake the head out. No. And let's shake the head out. Yes. Inhale for halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Bend the right knee. Exhale. Press and find center. Inhale, breath. Bend the left knee. Fold. Exhale. Inhale, center. And now this time walk your hands all the way to the back of your mat. Pivot the feet and the hips. Slow lunge. This time lowering softly to the back of the right knee for supported crescent. Let's stretch out the other side. Lift the arms up overhead. Press the hips forward. Open up the chest. Option here to cactus arms for a deeper back bend. Inhale, straighten the body. Cactus arms, twist left. Squeeze the scaps. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, center. And exhale. Right hand down. Lifting up the left knee. We'll take twist. Slowly draw the left hand down into the inner arch of the left foot. Open the foot, or it opens up the left hip. Lizard's lunge. Staying here to open up the hips for a few rounds of breath. And let's softly release, stepping back up to the hands. Curl the right toes under, floating the right kneecap. Again, we're going to walk right to the middle of the mat for Prostarita one more time. As you stand tall with a wide stance, lift the hands all the way up overhead. Inhale. The breath. One another, fold from the hips, interlace the fingertips on your descend, and stretch out the shoulders. Press a lot into the outer edges of the feet. Lifting up the kneecaps, engage the inner thighs and the quadriceps. Inhale, slowly release to rise. Hands reach up overhead. Pull thumbs to heart space, Skandasana. Inhale, burst open, star pose. Exhale, bend the right knee, Skandasana, right side. Inhale, rise. Full day. Exhale, fold forwards once again. Inhale, rise. And then take your hands parallel to the earth. Right toes are going to pivot towards the right side of the mat, then bend the right knee for your warrior two. Right fingertips. Start to squeeze the shoulder blades together. Stay low to your lunge so the right knee is directly over the heel. Just move into extended side angle. Then, by reaching right fingertips to the midline of the body and then clock your arms. I like to use the right the inside of the knee. That'll help open up my stretch. It keeps the knee from collapsing inwards. And it really helps to open up my left psoas. Release back through warrior two. And flip right palm, reverse warrior. Left hand can rest comfortably on the left thigh, or you can take half bind, protecting the low back. Keep the knee over the heel. Deep breath in and release. Let's start right knee now. Triangle pose. As you reach forward, let your left hip bone pop up or lift up. Reach and reach so the pelvis angles at 45 degrees. That's going to give you more length through the spine. And then right hand to shin, left hand overhead. Open up the chest, squeeze your scaps. Gaze can be up or down. Stay strong through your legs as you lift. And let's reverse our triangle pose. Lengthen up through the right side body. Think about guiding the right shoulder away from the hip. The left shoulder draws down. Keep your belly hugging and nice and strong, and really firm up the left thigh. And let's release. Pivot your right toes, and now let's take your left foot and angle it. Let me move this mat. It's nice and windy today. Pivot the left foot and bend the left knee. Warrior two. Pulling arms back slightly. Gazes over left fingertips. Press actively into the right knife edge of the foot. And extended side angle. Inhale, lengthen forwards. And tick-tock your arms. Use leverage here. The left forearm presses into the inside of the left knee. It'll open up or spiral the right shoulder back. Really helps deepen the stretch along the side body. And release. Reverse. Left palm lifts up to the sky. Right arm can take half bind. And release. Triangle pose. Let's straighten out your left leg. As you bump the hips, start to lengthen or reach left fingertips away from the center of the body. And now tick-tock the arms once again. The right arm is directly stacked over the left. Feel the four corners of both feet actively press into your mat. Engage the inner thighs and then gently release from the pose and reverse triangle. Smells really nice out here in Sedona. And let's release. Pivot your left toes back in. Let's take one more round of Prasarita. Fold all the way forwards. See if you can shift a little bit more weight into the ball mounds of the feet. Then hands are going to press into the earth right underneath the shoulders. Let's start to walk yourself over to the right foot as you pivot. Step your right foot back, high plank. And let's take this to downward facing dog. Pedal out your dog a few times. And slowly lower back down to the knees. Let's walk your knees a bit wider now. Untuck the toes, child's pose. Sit your hips all the way to your heels and start to slide the arms away from the hips. Come back to your breath. Audible exhale out the mouth. Pressing down into the shins. Slide your hands back, sitting tall up onto the knees. Let's walk your knees together. Hero's pose. Just a few breaths here to reintegrate. Pulling shoulders back. Slowing down the breath. And now let's slowly rise to knees for camel's pose. Feel free to walk your knees a bit wider and tuck the toes under. Walk your hands to your low back, fingertips point down. Hug your elbows back, which will create more space for the chest. Then push your hips forward, lift the gaze, and feel free to stay right here in your camel's pose. Or you can walk your fingertips to the heels, deepening through the back bend. This is a heart opening pose. And let's slowly release, walking hands back up the low back, same way you got into the pose. Untuck the feet and slowly back to hero's pose. Then taking hips to either side, just take your feet all the way out in front, shake out your knees. We'll take a restorative Paschimottanasana here. Let's bend your knees a little bit. Let your belly roll down your thighs, sliding hands now underneath your calf muscles. Tuck the chin into the chest. Allow the spine to have flexion, where it's concave upwards to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Relax the body as you breathe out. Deep breath in. Find softness on the breath out. Relax the toes, the legs, the knees, the shins, the hips, the thighs. And slowly begin to release. Crossing the ankles once again for Sukhasana and practice today on our feet. Lift the hands up overhead. Let's lift them. Uniting palms. Exhale, thumbs to heart space. Move back into your center. Find the peace of the breath within. Stillness. Softness. Quiet the mind. Stay connected to your soul. Connecting mind, body, and soul. Let's close here with a deep breath through the nose. fill all the way up. And sigh the breath out. Lift thumbs to third eye. And together we bow